Okay, we are finally back with another video, and today we're going to be going through what profitability looks like with funded accounts. But my beliefs are profitability is not defined off funded accounts. Funded accounts are disposable and there's tight rules on them to make you fail. So an accurate measure of profitability would be what you do on a live personal account, because there's no restrictions. It's you against you on that personal account. So as always, a personal account has always been the true measure of profitability for me. But let's talk about how to make money on a funded account. So obviously this is the one with Funded X that I've gotten done recently, and 33% win rate. And that's the thing, even if you're losing and you're winning at the same time, you can still be profitable. Profitability is not measured by winning all the time. It's by winning and losing and coming out profitable at the end of it. So obviously there was only three trades taken on this account, and you can see them right here. And the thing is with this, it's not a true measure of profitability because it's just a funded account. They're disposable, right? And I did get onto the leaderboards with this funded account as well. I'm still hanging in tight there. I was at number 5, but I slipped down a little bit because I haven't been trading it, because I'm going to be securing my profit split, and when I get paid it's going to be 100% profit split because I chose that option as well. But when it comes down to profitability on a funded, it's not always going to look linear like this, right? So it only took me 3 trades to get a payout on this account, right? Having a good system means you're a profitable trader in my eyes, as well as backing it up with a track record on a personal account, obviously. But doing it on a funded account, it doesn't hold as much weight. So what I mean by that is, you can have, let's say you have 10 funded accounts and you lose 5 of them, you pass the other 5 and you've made some payouts and you're up 50k for the month or whatever. That is fine. That's profitability through a funded account, because you've passed more than 50% of your fundeds and you've made payouts, right? Let's say that each funded account costs $500 each, right? So that's $5,000, and you've made $50,000 in profit for the month with those funded accounts while still failing 5 of them. So that still comes out as a profitable month. You're still up $45,000. 5,000 to get all the accounts, you lose 5, but then you make $50,000 on the other 5 accounts. That's still profitability. And the thing is, even when I was starting out and I was on my Forex funds and all that stuff back in the day, and I was making my first payouts, it wasn't always linear. Yes, I'll make my first payout, but if I lost my account, I have to get it back, right? And back then, obviously I didn't have a lot of money, right? So my plan was, once I get my payout, I'll start another challenge and I'll keep it rolling, right? And then I'll make another payout on the original account. And if I don't make a payout on the original account and I lose it, that's fine. I've already got a challenge going and I can keep that going and get that funded and then make some payouts on that. The point is, when you get funded and you know it's because of your system, not because of luck or anything like that, you're going to be able to get back to where you were. You're going to be able to get that funded back, right? And if you're confident in your system, then you can start scaling up, right? You can start maxing out the capital on the firm, have some backup accounts going. But the point is, it was never linear. It was always, you get one account. If you get your refund back and you make a payout, technically you've profited on the account. Anything after that is house money. So it's not always going to be you passing every single funded account, because you're going to lose them eventually. I lose them. I lose funded accounts eventually because they're designed for you to lose. You only have a 10% maximum drawdown. And if you underperform, that 10% drawdown limit creeps up on you. And you also need to understand the maximum drawdown of your system on your account as well for your strategy. For me, if I risk about 0.3%, my maximum drawdown is around 3%, 4%. But if I underperform, then it'll be very close to 10%. And I'll get the worst part of it, and then you lose the funded. So for example, this funded account, yes, I've got a payout. I've got $5,100 Australian coming in. But if I lose the account, that's fine. I've profited $5,100 on the account. I can get back to where I was because my system works, and I simply underperformed, or I did something wrong. I didn't follow my plan, whatever it may be. But the bottom line is, I still profited off this account. And if I start another challenge account and I get that going, if I follow my system and I follow my rules that got me this payout in the first place, I should have no issue getting back to where I was. But the point is, a lot of people online just don't explain their losses. I ate so much shit from 2020. At the end of 2020, when I tried to go full-time trading for the very first time, I failed one funded account with FTMO, and I got funded on the second one. I left my job at McDonald's, and then from that point, I choked it. Did not receive a payout, did not receive a refund, and I ended up blowing my account, and I didn't have a job. So going into 2021, I had no job, I had no funded account, and from 2021 to 2022, I had to get another job. I was only able to take, a couple funded challenges here and there because I was tight on money, but I failed them. I kept on failing because my psychology was just damaged beyond repair. So it was a lot of eating shit from 2021 all the way to 2022. And this was around lockdown time as well. Getting trapped in my room in lockdown. I can't even go to the gym. I can't even do anything. I had to just sit there and take it and pretty much suffer because I knew I blew my golden opportunity. I thought that was going to be the end of it. I literally thought that was going to be the end of it, and even my life at that point, right? But the thing is, I didn't understand that profitability was like an equity curve. Like for example, right here. Granted, it only took me one day to make 5.1 thousand, but I had 3 trades. Right? It's an equity curve. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, and then you're going to push back up higher. That's how it goes. And that's how profitability works, even with performances like this, right? If you guys remember in January, I went into 15% drawdown and I brought it back to break even. But the only reason I was able to bring it back to break even was because I know that profitability is not a straight line. You're going to fail, you're going to blow accounts, you're going to go into deep drawdown. But if your system is profitable, it will bring you back up eventually. And it did. Worst month, I pretty much traded every single day of that month. It was the most mentally exhausting month of this year for me. And ever since then, I've just reduced my rate and I've just been very relaxed and taking it easy and just taking the setups at a high quality. But the same goes for fundeds. With ACG, I failed a couple of accounts there. I passed a couple of accounts there. I made around $50,000 there before they had their little data leak and all that stuff, and increased their spreads and slippage. But besides the point, going from that to making around $50,000 or so, and failing a couple of accounts, as long as you fail a couple of accounts and you win and pass a couple of other fundeds and you put it all together, and if you can say at the end of the day, I am profitable after failing X amount of accounts, after passing X amount of accounts, overall with this firm, I'm up about $40,000 or $50,000. You've done your job. It's just a lot of traders online, they make it look like it's just a very simple curve of profitability. It just looks like that, but in reality, it's up and down. That's how it is. That's the nature of it. And that's how it was for me at the very start, because I was eating shit all the time. From 2020 to 2021, that's when it got really bad. I was eating shit before because I wasn't profitable, but that took it to a whole new level when I just left my job and relied on one funded account. And then obviously later on in 2022, I put it together. Wasn't selling anything at that point as well, man. Keep in mind, I was just working my job, which was in real estate. And I'm grateful I got into real estate as well, because I got to get the knowledge to understand how good of an investment a property is and how to actually go about it. So I'm very fortunate for that. Everything happens for a reason, right? But in terms of what happened there in 2022, I figured it out. Got my first 5-figure payout in January, and then in the next couple of months for that quarter, I got 2 other 5-figure payouts. Not from anything else besides trading. And I failed an account, after that, got it right back, made another payout. Then I got into FTMO, got into the leaderboards. You lose an account, you get it right back, and you come twice as hard. No homo, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you lose an account, that's fine. Figure out why. Okay, I underperformed. Don't get too emotional about it, because it happens. When the whole system is designed for you to fail, you're just meant to treat them as a disposable, temporary source of money. And you stack your personal, you build a track record with that, and you just use these prop firms and you just use them while they're here. That's the aim of the game. That's profitability. Combining losses and the wins. Losing accounts, past accounts, payouts. Am I profitable at the end of it? If you are, then you're profitable with funded accounts. But the most accurate measure of profitability is definitely personal accounts, because you can actually track your gains on a month-to-month basis for the whole year. But with funded accounts, once you lose the account, then you have to start again fresh. So it's a little bit hard to track profitability. But while you're here, you can still just abuse them and use them, right? That's how I got out of my 9-to-5 job. I wouldn't be here without, funded accounts and whatnot. But I understand that there's no emotions with failing, and it is what it is. As long as you're profitable and you have the system that works at the end of the day, that's all that you need. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of insight from this video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. But so make sure you guys keep an eye out on the channel, and I'll be doing an apartment tour and all that stuff soon as well with my new place. So hopefully you boys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.